Hello, everyone. Hi, everybody. I am Joy Bailey. I am the mortgage boss. Thank you so much again for joining me for another Mortgage Boss Talk Tuesday. Today, I am in between a lot of things right now. My son is at football. So, right before this, I did a Instagram live. So, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please make sure that you follow me on IG. I started going live over there. I used to be scared to do it, but I guess now it's not such a big deal. But I did want to try to get in a live stream over here as well today. But this one is going to probably be more or less for other loan officers. So if you are new here, thank you so much. As you all come in, please make sure that you hit the like button. And if you are not subscribed, I provide content for mortgage loan officers in the 0 to 3 year range. And I also provide content for first-time home buyers or anytime home buyers. I talk about a variety of things. I have been a mortgage loan officer for about 9 years. And prior to being a mortgage loan officer, I was actually a middle school teacher. So teaching is what I do. It's like praise is what I do, but teaching is what I do. And I really, really do enjoy it. And so I try to use my platform to try to push against some of the negative narratives that are out there, not just for my benefit, but for yours as well, because I do feel very passionately about home ownership and very passionately about the loan officers that are coming behind me to make sure that everybody is being afforded the best opportunity at home ownership, and they are speaking with qualified people. And speaking of being qualified, I have my accredited mortgage professional designation, which I'm sure nobody knows what that is, but it was provided to me through the MBA, which my industry trade organization. So it basically says that I am beyond proficient. I have advanced skills in a lot of different areas as it pertains to mortgage. So I see I got out here trucking. How are you doing? Where you been? Where you been at? I feel like I ain't seen you. I've been back doing lives for like, I don't know, a couple of months now. I ain't seen you. I'm glad to see you. Thank you so much for pulling up on me. Are you out working right now? Are you out trucking right now? It's great to see you. Thank you so, so much. So, anyway, as I said in the opening, it is okay about 7:13. So I'm gonna be brief. And if you know, my brief mean an hour. Um, but I'll try to be quick. It really wasn't any hot topics or anything going on in the mortgage world. Nothing that I thought that I would consider to be pertinent in providing to you all. Interest rates are up, they up and they stuck. I'll let you know when they go down. Home prices are still up. They are not going down. If they go down, it's going to be like 2-3%. And then when the rates fall, you can expect home prices to rebound and go right back up again. So don't worry. When is the best time to buy? Whenever you're ready to buy is the best time to buy. There's never a bad time to buy, because if your bad time means that you are delaying home ownership for 5, 6, 8 years, you will defeat the purpose. The idea of owning a home means that you are in your property, and we know land is very finite, and eventually that property value is going to go back up again. So don't worry about all of the stuff that's outside of the boat. Don't let water get inside your boat, because it will sink you. Don't worry about all of what everybody else got going on. Worry about what you got on, and you keep your mind focused on that goal that you have for yourself. But like I said, we don't have no hot topics. There ain't nothing going on over in the mortgage world. I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and I had some realtors on, and it was spicy, honey. We talked about the listing agent potentially no longer paying for the commission for a buyer's agent. So I don't know if y'all caught that, but it was pretty good. There was a little bit of a development in that where one of the judges rejected. I don't know if I want to call it a plea deal, but whatever it is that they worked out, some settlement. But the judge did acknowledge that they loved the change in the rule that the listing agent would not be required to pay for the buyer's agent. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, because if you are getting ready to purchase a home in the next few years, and this is a rule that changed, well, not even a rule, if this courtesy of the listing agent paying for your buyer's agent is no longer extended to you, you need to make plans for that. On my live stream on IG, I mentioned that it takes a smooth year to 2 years to be ready to buy a house. And so if that's something now that you got to factor in, just be prepared potentially to have to make up the difference in whatever the seller doesn't pay, or pay out whatever the commission is that you negotiate. Hey King, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I know, 909. Look at me. Almost there. I'm not almost there with my hours though. I got like 2,200 hours or something like that. So I'm working on it. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm not going anywhere. I really love being on YouTube, and I really love being a loan officer. So I'm not too pressed, but Lord knows, if you know somebody, tell a friend to tell a friend. Uh, I'm not licensed in Maryland. No, but I do have team members that are. So if you know somebody, if you want to have a conversation, I can definitely get you connected with somebody that is in Maryland. I'm in 13 states though. I'm in everything but Maryland, I think. So Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Did I say Virginia? So Maine, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Alabama. I'm trying to memorize the map. Um, Oklahoma, Texas, and Arizona. I think that was 13. I might have left something out, but I'm like everywhere except Maryland. But I'm happy to help answer questions if I can. So if you know somebody in any of those states that's buying a house, let me know. I have a really cool loan for truckers. It's a 1099 loan or a bank statement loan, and I'll talk about that on a different episode. But like I said, I tend to get, like, speaking of my 909 subscribers, I have I feel like most of my audience is loan officers or other loan officers. So I'm gonna be honest, this is really probably gonna be more or less for them than anything. So I don't want y'all to be bored with it, but I don't know. You might be. But anyway, it's about loan officer etiquette. Y'all be treating us wrong. And when I say y'all, I mean buyers, I mean everybody. Y'all be treating us bad. Y'all treating us so bad, y'all. I had a video where I talked about how I have had so many narrow misses this year. But last week I had a couple of conversations with some of my loan officer friends, and I just was like, you know what? I guess I'll be the one. I'll take it on the chin, and I'll go. I will air our grievances, so to speak. And it's gonna be framed in a really nice way. It's just, how should you treat your loan officer? Because sometimes I think that people don't think that we're human beings. I think that sometimes um we get used up. I'm just gonna be like honest and pretty blunt about it. We get used up by a lot of people, and it sucks a lot. And so I just kind of want to highlight some of the things that we are seeing from buyers or borrowers. We call y'all borrowers. And some of the things that we're actually seeing from some of our counterparts that are also realtors as well. So y'all just bear with me here. Like I said, I'm gonna be brief because I got to pick up my son. But I didn't want to miss like 2 weeks in a row. So anywho, all right. So the very first thing that I can say when it comes to loan officer etiquette, as you can imagine, I have talked to like literally thousands of people. I've been doing this for 9 years. I've talked to thousands of people on all four corners of the United States of America, and people gone people. They gonna people every single time. And the biggest thing that I can advise someone not to do, don't be the hard task. And when I say don't be the hard task, I mean, please do the things that you're asked to do when you're asked to do them in the way that you're asked for the thing to be done. So that means be prompt with whatever the thing is. So if we're asking for a document, if you want to take a week to respond, that's on you. I'm okay with it, but don't rush us because now all of a sudden it's pants on fire and it's important to you. It was important when we asked for it a week ago. So be prompt with anything that we're asking for. Whenever it comes to doing documents or signing documents or uploading documents or signing loan disclosures, we ask for things to be submitted in a very specific way. Anything that we're asking, we're not asking because we're trying to be rude or we're trying to be mean or we're trying to um, drag your process out, because a lot of times people will say, oh, y'all just don't want to give me a loan. It isn't that. Things have to be submitted in a very specific way because we are in such a highly regulated industry. As you can imagine, I mean, we all about the same age. Y'all know what happened in the early 2000s. So it's a very highly regulated industry. And so they check us on everything that we do. They check all the files. Well, not all, but we can get audited. They check files just to make sure everybody's being treated properly and things like that. So, if you take a screenshot of your bank statement, I can't take that. And if I tell you that and you send me one anyway because it's easier for you, I'm gonna be very upset. So I'm gonna push your file down so I could do the easier stuff first because I already know you're going to be a difficult person to deal with. So if you want your name and your file and everything to go straight to the top, do not be the hard task on somebody's to-do list. Please submit your documents the way that they're asked for and sign things, send them back in a prompt manner. What else makes somebody the hard task to do? That's really it. You become the hard task when you don't follow directions. We have to ask for stuff 2, 3, and 4 times. Thing number 2, and this is a funny story. So sometimes, I know in the world they say, "Oh, the squeaky wheel gets the grease." Well, that is not true when it comes to this. I had a guy. This is a true story. I had a man call me back to back. He called back to back so many times. I had the company block his phone number. So calling back to back, it doesn't help. We see that you called. We know we have caller ID too. We work for $1 million, $1 billion companies. We got caller ID. We can see if you call and we don't answer, we're probably helping another family get to the closing table. At least that's what I'm usually doing. Or we might just be busy, or might just be eating, or doing something that's not related to you at that time. So just please don't call back to 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 back. It doesn't help you at all. At all. It does not. It does not help you at all. It again makes you not necessarily go to the top of the list. If something is important, we have text messaging now or email. There are multiple ways to communicate, but I had to block somebody. I ain't never in my life had to block a man. Thing number 3, I have not personally experienced this. I don't think I have. If I have, I don't forget about it. But being cussed out, a lot of my friends are saying that they're finding that when things are not working out the way that the buyer or the borrower has envisioned in their mind, they're finding themselves being cussed out and being in these verbal uh battles, these altercations, and they're being verbally assaulted. And I'm gonna tell you now, you cussing me, I'm gonna hang up on you and I'm gonna block you. I'm not gonna call you. Don't worry about me no more. But feelings are not facts. And I say this all the time. A lot of times when we start talking about like down payment assistance products and, we provide estimates of things up front. Let's say you get an estimate today August the 15th, and you're not going to close until September the 15th. A lot of things can change between August and September. And so some of those changes could be the property taxes that we get. We may have underestimated them up front and they're higher. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate. Like, we're gonna say we're sorry, apologize, or whatever, and we're gonna move on. But you cannot cuss us out. You gotta really, just like I said, just be just mindful. We're human beings. Everybody in the process is a human being. Nothing is going to be perfect. There are no perfect people. The only perfect person that there was no longer walks the earth. And so while we do strive for excellence, we don't bat 1,000. And so please do not cuss us out because you had to bring $1,000 to the closing table when we done went through 45 days fighting for you tooth and nail, and there have been battles behind the scenes on your behalf. And then we get to the end and we're thinking that we're the hero and we got the cape on and we get cussed out, because that does happen. Now, like I said, I haven't been cussed out, but I will tell you, yes, absolutely, 100%. I have been in scenarios where I feel like I have been the hero and I get spit on. Yes, not literally, of course, but y'all, we are not perfect. And like I said, there are some battles and things that you will never know about that happen behind the scenes between loan officers and underwriters, or loan officers and management, whoever. We are there to help you and not to hurt you. But I'm telling you, the facts are the facts and your feelings are not facts. We have got to put our emotions to the side when it comes to the black and white line numbers on these line items for these loan estimates, and just work toward the goal and work toward the goal together. But if it doesn't work out exactly the way that you were hoping, but you can still purchase your home, say thank you. Take it with some gratitude. Be gracious and just move in your house, because cussing us out, we ain't gonna do nothing but laugh about it and tell our other loan officer friends, like, we're gonna be like, with my phone, we're gonna be like, girl, that crazy one I told you about, yeah, she called again. That's what we're gonna do. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna be. Okay. So please make sure you're treating your loan officer with respect. You are not getting emotionally out of pocket, even though we all know that this is an emotional process. Be as professional as you can, because I am not the Walmart of real estate, and you can't treat me like I am the Walmart of real estate. Keep that down to the Walmart. Okay. Hello, Loan Officer Keyshawn. How you doing? What's going on? Hope you are well today. So today I'm just chatting a little bit about loan officer etiquette, like how our borrowers should treat us, and our real estate agents as well. Just some things to consider, just based on some conversations that I have been having recently with a lot of people just around the industry, and just some of the things that I have noticed and I have observed as these loans are getting more and more scarce and the closings are getting more and more scarce. So, all right. So thing number 5. Oh no, just kidding. Thing number 4, rate shopping. Let's talk about that for a second. Borrowers, we understand money very well. We understand interest rates very well. We know how they translate to payment. We get all of those things. But I recently had a situation where I had a lady apply for a loan with me. We going through the process. Everything is okay. Now, there was some red flags along the way. And that's so funny. Like, I do want to say that. Like, sometimes there are red flags in this borrower lender relationship. And in those red flags, sometimes we We try to ignore them. And so unfortunately in this situation I did ignore some red flags, and it's okay. But this individual did apply for a mortgage loan with no, apply for a mortgage loan with me. And what I later realized was that the person was taking, all of the information and education that I was providing to them and passing it on to the competitor. So after about the second time or like round of questions and dragging their feet on locking the rate, we realized real quick, because a lot of times barbers, y'all don't realize, it's a very small circle. We all pretty much know each other. And so in this very small space, we caught on very fast that this person was taking whatever the worksheet was or the loan estimate was. We noticed, like I said, we can tell in your verbiage. You start using loan officer type words, acronyms, things that lay people just do not say. And that's like, uh-oh, okay, what's going on here? Antennas up, red flag. Oh, you still don't want to lock your rate? Oh, you got to think about it some more. I just answered 10 questions. You still, okay. Oh, you want to see this other situation? Oh, this other scenario? Okay. Oh, right. This person was like shopping 7 different loan officers. Y'all, at that point, when we catch on, we're going to intentionally allow you to get the absolute worst deal that there is available. Because at that point, you have mistreated us in your rate shopping. We don't mind. We understand that that's something that people have been taught to do. But I would very much like for you all to understand that there is a right way to do things, and there is a wrong way to do things. So while your payment and your family's financial responsibilities are very important when it comes to your mortgage and all of that, I understand that's going to be first, but mistreating loan offers to get what you want, it's not cool. It's not okay. We don't love it. And it unfortunately, like I said, it will put you in a situation where we will intentionally allow you to get the worst deal, and we won't fight as hard, for you, for your business, maybe. So that's just something to consider. So be very careful when it comes to rate shopping. My last client treated me so bad. Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, they all they see is the finish line. They don't care about us. They use us up, and that's something I'm gonna touch on in a minute. Hey, Aunt Allen, how you doing, girl? What's popping? Thanks for stopping by. This live is more for I guess probably for loan officers or whatever, because I was telling somebody earlier that a lot of people that watch me are loan officers. So I was like, let me just do this quick live before I go pick Jalen up from football. But it's just about loan officer etiquette, like how to treat loan officers or how to not treat your loan officer if you want the best possible service. So that's that on that. But thank you for stopping by. I did do live. I did an IG live just before I did this. So, okay. So the fifth thing is choosing money over customer service. Now, I know that probably sounds a little bit crazy, but it only sounds crazy if you are somebody that already qualifies and your stuff is buttoned up and you are together and you apply and you got a 720 FICO score and you got $50,000 in the bank and you got your choice of whoever it is that you want to get along with, right? You can buy your $500,000 house because you got a low debt ratio and you make, $15,000 a month. Those are the people that's going to be surprised by this. But okay. Choosing money over customer service looks like this. You call me. Nope, not even call me. I do a home buyer seminar in December. January, I follow up. February, I follow up. You tell me that your goal is to buy a house by the next December. Following up, calling, okay, well, let's just pull your credit. Let's see what everything looks like. Maybe I can make some suggestions. We go through your credit. And I don't do credit repair. Like, listen, let me be real clear about this. I don't do credit repair. That is not my realm. That's not my thing. I do not want to be responsible for telling someone the wrong things. I don't want to assume any liability, but I do have a tool that I can run your credit report through that will say, hey, in 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, if you do these things, this is what your credit score will be. So I provide tips, information. I give you a plan. Hey, if you cut out this bill, this bill, this bill, if you pay this down, consolidate that. I've gone through the whole thing. We doing check-ins. We talking. You got questions. I'm running scenarios. Hey, what's the rate? So now we in May. We 5 months in. June, July, August. And then I suddenly find out that even though I have done Zoom calls, I've answered your phone calls, I have answered your text messages, I have been proactive, I have helped you, I have paid for a rapid rescore, all these things. And then you say, oh, well, I'm going to go and buy with so-and-so because they giving me $2,000. What? What you mean? Or you say something like, oh, I went under contract and so-and-so offered me a rate. It was 0.25% lower. A 0.25% low. You dumped me for $42 and I done spent. That's what I mean when I say choosing money over customer service. In our world, we hope that when we put our best foot forward and we are really being consultative and we are really providing top tier service and we are doing everything that we can to try to get you approved and qualified, we're not doing it out the goodness of our heart. We're not doing it because it's fun. We're doing it because it's our job. This is our job. That's why we're doing it. It isn't a charity service or anything like that. So it hurts. It hurts. It stings a lot. And I have had scenarios in the past where, yeah, somebody will, and then just not even say anything, not tell me, not give us the opportunity to try to match it or anything. They'll just be like, oh, well, so-and-so gave me this rate. Oh, you were so helpful. Oh, I really appreciate. I don't want your appreciation. I want your appreciation. I want your loan. But I'm being honest. I mean, I'm joking, but not really. That's what I want. For real. So when y'all are doing this and y'all are going through all of these months and these scenarios and these questions and things, like, look at who you connected the most with. Like, who really had your back? Like, who really helped you? And go with that person because they have earned the money. They have earned a commission check. They have earned your business over everything. But just to reduce it down to, like, oh, I'm buying Costco toilet paper over Charmin because I'm going to save 10 cents a roll. It's like, for real? Well, hey, whatever. Anyway, an honorable mention, ghosting. So let's talk about that real quick. So I tried to figure out where I could fit it here on the list. Ghosting. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all, I had somebody that was like, hey, I'm really excited. I want to apply for a loan. I talked to them. Everything was good. They sound like they qualified real great, amazing, wonderful. And they applied. I'm looking, I'm like, hey, I need your loan documents. The next day, reminder, hey, I need your loan documents. Next day, I'm like calling, texting. I follow up with the realtor. Hey, what happened to the person? Oh, well, they said that another person told them, yeah, but why you not why is the person not calling me back? I didn't cheat on you with your best friend. Like what I do to you? Why would you do that? Ghosting people. And I'm gonna tell you what happens more often than not. The people that ghost us, they turn around, they come back. They come back a few months later, like did nothing happen. But that's not the professional thing to do because we do remember. Okay, so moving on. Um, Not to belabor, the point of talking about loan officers. Not loan officers, talking about borrowers. Let's talk about other people in the industry in some of the things that we're noticing and some of the things that we're seeing. And let's chat about that a little bit. Um, he said she tried to play me and the realtor against each other. Yeah, I can see that. I could completely see how something like that could happen. I'm curious, like, can you tell a little bit more about the story though? Like, how did she try to play you and realtor against each other? Because it does happen. People, they like they think they so good at the game and they done unlocked the secret code, if you will. They don't and they don't be doing nothing but hurting themselves. Okay, this is a great segue. Thank you so much. Okay, so realtors, it's y'all's turn. When we talk about loan officer etiquette, one of the things that I would recommend is that anytime there's a referral that's being sent from a realtor to a loan officer, we recommend in unison, because you ain't gonna find a single person that's gonna go against me when I say this. We ask you to vet them and pre-qualify them. Please, there's really not very much that you have to do other than ask like some really super basic questions. If the person says that they make, I don't know, $15 an hour, which I think translates to like $30,000 a year, and they want to purchase a $300,000 home, in your mind, no joke, $30,000 is like $2,500 a month. Divided by 12, because your debt ratio can't be more than 50%. Because you've closed enough deals, that there are no $1,100, $1,000, $900 payments houses available in most markets. So please vet and pre-qualify the person, because it's not fun for us to have somebody's hopes up and then like have to dash their hopes and have to watch the light go out in their eyes when we like, nah, sis, it ain't happening. That's not fun. So loan officer etiquette that we're asking, big thing, thing number one, please vet or pre-qualify the people that you are sending to make sure they are serious. Because we're not here just to tell people no. That's not our goal. That's not our desire. We are here to talk to qualifying people or tell them how to qualify. With some situations, that it's just like, and those are some conversations that sometimes you all can have. So that's thing number one. Okay. Thing number two, and this is what loan officer Keyshawn was saying. Let me tell you what. Let's talk about this, please. One of the biggest things that I hear, so sometimes I'll call and reach out to realtors and I'll say, hey, this is who I am. This is where I work. I would love to, chat with you talk a little bit about some of the things that I'm doing that is helping, people be able to buy homes, helping realtors build their business, all of the things, because it's an exchange, right? We are providing a service. We're providing something that someone else needs. So it's not necessarily about, the check or the unit. It's about the whole thing. What I am noticing overwhelmingly is that there is no loyalty, and there is very much this, hey, I have a person, Joy, can you call them? Here's their phone number. And I get in a conversation with the person, and I realize that this individual has been sent to not just me, but 2 or 3 other people at the same time. And then I'm a lender. I'm not a broker. I'm not a credit union. And so there are distinct differences between those 3 things: a lender, a broker, a credit union. Yo, it's like you setting me up to fail. And by the time I catch on of that, like, 3rd or 4th encounter of something like that happening, now I'm very concerned about some of your business practices. I understand, wanting to make sure that the borrower has an opportunity to select the best opportunity, the best thing that works for them. However, at the same time, the relationships that you have, you want to make sure that you're able to maintain those relationships with your referral partners, and setting them up for failure is not a good thing. So be mindful of that, because, like I said, I do 1 hour long Zoom calls with people. Like, don't put me in a position where I effectively just wasted my time. So that's that on that. It's fine to shop around, but it's the right way to help people do it. Okay, so thing number 3, biggest pet peeve that we having right now. Well, no, okay, so yeah, thing number 3. This is not the biggest pet peeve, but one of the pet peeves I'm noticing. As realtors are, as lenders and are, maybe reaching out to realtors, say, hey, I'd like to sit down with you and talk with you. Please don't take a meeting just to take a meeting. Please, 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 please. Again, it's just good business practices. Don't take a meeting just to take a meeting. Say, hey, I'm already working with 2 people. That's it. And just be done with it. When I'm on the phone, it shouldn't be, oh, yeah, I rotate my 4 loans that I close per year between 5 loan officers. Like, what are you, what? If you got 4 or 5 loan officers that you are working with, baby, you best be closing 30 or 40 loans, 30 or 40 homes a year. For real. What you mean? Oh, yeah, I work with 4 or 5 lenders. For what? How? Please, 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 please. If that's the case, that is fine. But again, it's just a lot easier. And I'll just speak for myself. When I call some realtors, they be like, oh no, honey, let me just go ahead and stop you right now. Listen, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I got my guy. I've had my guy. My guy's gonna be my guy to the day I die. All right. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Well, I really appreciate you calling. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. Don't call again. All right. Thank you. Oh, okay. Have a great life. And I be like, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Be straightforward. Be honest. Like, don't waste people's time. That's terrible etiquette. That's a big thing. Like, we all, love to have, I guess, at bats or what have you, but everything has to make sense. The time has to make sense. The amount of time that you're taking out of your day has to make sense. It just got to make sense. Okay. So the next thing is new construction. One of the biggest problems I have seen, or biggest things that I have seen as of late, has been, I go through my process. I pre-qualify, pre-approve the person. I do my 1 hour long Zoom call. I'm doing all of the right things. I'm checking all of the boxes. I'm answering all of the questions. I'm going through multiple scenarios. I am giving the absolute best education possible so that this buyer can make an informed decision. I get off the phone, and in 48 hours, I'm seeing they buying new construction. I am not a preferred lender with any builders. Shout out to the builders. If you out there and you want to partner, call me. I would love to be, but I'm not. That's not the position that I'm in. And so what happens a lot, especially in this rate environment, a lot of realtors, I'm sorry, excuse me, a lot of builders, a lot of builders are throwing, 10, 20, $30,000, not 30, 10 or $20,000, maybe not 20, $5,000 to $10,000 at buyers to help them lower their rate, whether it's like 2-1 buy down, 3-1 buy down, discount points. They're doing things that I'm not able to do. And that goes with using their preferred lenders. And so effectively that means that, again, I have now, well, not just Joy, but that loan officer has now wasted their time. And again, it is a pattern. Like, obviously you're going to have those scenarios every now and again, some one-offs, but I'm noticing that is in fact a pattern that we are seeing. And so please, like, I think the best way to handle that is like in that upfront conversation, we're like, hey, so and so, this is such and such. Well, just say, hey, they really want new construction, or hey, they were talking about new construction, or hey, whatever the thing is that y'all like, set up a smoke signal, beat a drum, Morse code, whatever. Just let us know. Please, please, please let us know. That's it. That's all. That's everything. I think that's everything. So yeah, so that's everything. So ultimately, like I said, the purpose of this was, not to like spank nobody on the hand or anything like that, but just making people aware, because sometimes you're not even aware, you may not be aware of some of the things that are happening, or how certain things are being received on the other end, because you're just kind of thinking about yourself. But this list can be exhaustive. I would try to narrow it down and be pretty selective, but like, we are on the team. We are a part of the team. We want to be a part of the team. Like, we love what we do, which is why we do it all day, season in, season out, through the ups and the downs. We want to advance home ownership. We want people to be able to get in homes. We love what we do, but sometimes being mistreated, just like in any job where you have a manager that has a bad culture on the team, it can bleed into somebody, and it can turn them away, and can burn them out, and make them no longer want to do the job. And guess who suffers for it? The next person that's behind you. So that's just something to think about. I hope this was helpful. Again, this was more or less for loan officers than just the public, but I hope you guys enjoy it. When you're rewatching it, please make sure that you subscribe, and that you do like to try to push this out. So anyway, that's all I got. I ain't got no more. So I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see y'all next week on my Mortgage Boss Talk Tuesday. Bye.